Man, what a Grand Prix.
Yes.
I'm kind of blown away by that. That was just stunning. I loved every second of it. How was it for you?
I was nervous right up until the last lap of the last corner. We were watching together. We even had a bet at the very end. But a fantastic race. It absolutely delivered. And great for Pierre Gasly in P4 as well.
Just stunning. There's so much to talk about. Immediate reaction from you. I mean, what stood out for you?
Well, I think we have all these assumptions how the race is going to unfold, but again tonight, on a given night, on a given day, Grand Prix afternoon throws up different things, and that's why you've got to watch it, because tyre wise we weren't sure what was going to happen, and that's exactly why the race did unfold like it did, because bang, there's a medium tyre and a couple of Mercedes, and all of a sudden Seb's trying to do a one-stop, and all of a sudden it's like everyone's really, really nervous. Both pit walls were nervous, both drivers were nervous, and it went all the way to the flag. So it was a good Grand Prix, and there's some other stories, like I say, with Pierre Gasly. Fourth place in a Toro Rosso Honda. I don't know if there's any bookies that have got a little number on that one, but I'm not a gambling man, but mate, that was an unbelievable result for them as well.
Let's not forget, you did have a little cry at the beginning because we lost both Red Bulls so early, and that was completely unexpected.
It was.
I tell you what, stay where you are. I want to get a word from Maurizio Riva-Beni, who's with Karun Shamrock right now.
Maurizio, congratulations, you've got the race win there. Fantastic battle with Sebastian holding off Valtteri. You guys, were you nervous about getting the tyres to last?
I mean, I think it was a great race of Sebastian, and the today race, I mean, was full of adrenaline, and it's a good answer to the people that is telling that the Formula One is boring.
Thank you very much.
Not today, Maurizio, not today. Just extraordinary. I do want to point out as well that the mechanic who is injured, apparently he's been taken to hospital and he has broken his leg, is what you were telling me earlier, Susie.
The bottom part of his leg. I was never any good at biology. But
it's the tibia or the fibula, or maybe both. We don't know at this point, but he's okay. He's on his way to hospital. So apart from that, Ferrari, extraordinary scenes at the end there. I mean, did you think for a second that he was going to actually win? I mean, 5 laps to go. Bottas has got him. So that's what I thought.
Well, we betted on
there's
it.
a story here.
Tell me a story.
We're going to let you in. There's a wee story that I had a fiver with Susie with 5 laps to go. That
on whom?
No, that Valtteri was going to get the job done and Sebastian was going to lose, and Susie was like, well, it's going to be tricky, and she said, okay, let's...
everyone thinks I'm biased, but I didn't think that Valtteri was going to manage it. I thought...
What did you know that he didn't?
Yes.
No, for me, he was managing the tyres too well, and there was too much of a deficit, so that when Valtteri got close, there just wasn't enough laps left to actually get the move done. But, of course, I was hoping for the opposite to happen, and I was hoping to lose my bet, but unfortunately I didn't.
Fiver. Oh, 5, mate. That's
a lot for a Scot.
Australian pesos, mate, by the way.
Well, we are hoping to get Toto in just a few moments, but I want to touch as well on how skilled Vettel was at the end of that Grand Prix. I mean, Valtteri's bearing down on him. You must have thought, much like most people did, that he's done. He's not going to get over the line. No way.
Yeah, well, that's it with him. It's like it would have been like a closing a chess match out for him. So he knows he's got a rival closing him out. He's going to start putting the jigsaw together. It looked like it was going to be a slow kill for Valtteri to get the job done, but this is the final lap. This is where the DRS had to make it, to try and make it work for Valtteri, but he didn't get close enough to him on the previous lap. I think the Grand Prix was actually lost when he didn't quite, I think it was like half a tenth he didn't get the DRS on the previous lap, and that then put all the eggs in one basket to him to try and get the job done on that lap in itself. And when you deal with someone like Sebastian Vettel, he is just meticulous in his preparation of slowing it all down. Okay, how am I going to construct this back into the Grand Prix to make sure that I'm going to be fast where I need to be fast? And as Susie was saying as well, I'm just going to squeeze the tyres here. I'll just massage this where I need to, and have the weapons and the knives as sharp as possible when he needs to. So he did a phenomenal race.
He said when he got over the line that the tyres were done. They were cooked. They were done. Yeah, he's still...
And it's easy sometimes for us to be sitting in our hospitality watching, but to be in the car, knowing you have to get it to the end, you've got a silver car chasing you down, and when tyres go off, they can fall off a cliff. They can literally get to the point where it's difficult to even get the lap done. So I think he did an absolutely fantastic job to win the race.
We're about to have a break. I'm going to ask really quickly before we do. Do you reckon Lewis would have got him in the same situation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a break. On the other side, we'll be talking to Toto Wolff. Don't go anywhere. Loads more. And in a nutshell, that's the jaw-droppingly brilliant Grand Prix we just experienced. 2 Mercedes drivers on the final podium there. Lewis Hamilton third, Valtteri Bottas second. But it's a red day on his 200th Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel took his 49th win. Ferrari owned the day. I wonder what Toto Wolff thinks about that.
I wonder.
Want to know more? Over to you guys.
Thanks, Steve and Susie. Well, we are here with Toto. That was close, but no cigar. I thought I lost a fiver to your wife. I thought that you were going to win the race with 5 laps to go. What was going through your mind? And pit wall, run us through the sort of the other side of the pit wall, if you like, in terms of team emotion.
So it's just frustrating because finishing P2, P3, having the car in sight for 2 laps on a tire that is just completely gone, you can kind of sniff it.
Yeah.
And on the other side, you need to stay humble because we were really not good yesterday. And if you would have told me from starting from P3, P9, we end up P2, P3, I would have taken it immediately. And insofar, it's okay.
Okay, so I've got two
But I didn't
questions.
respond to your question. No?
No, you did. I'm just looking forward to the conversation you're going to have with your wife because she clearly bet against you winning the race. Mark went with Mercedes. But anyway, 2 things. The soft tire, the white sidewall tire, it really came alive for you. You forced Ferrari to have to do that one stop. Talk us through that, and is that a sort of crux of your qualifying problem on the warmer temperature, super soft tire? And the second part of my question is, could you get on the radio and say to Valtteri, look, all chips in, just go for it, just throw it down the inside, or at all times you just let them drive?
So the first question is, you are right. Our car came alive on the soft also in qualifying. We were pretty strong, almost equaling the times of Ferrari on the super soft. And in the race, the medium was great. But not only for us, because we could see Alonso, I think, was the first one pitting for the medium and had a pretty strong first and second sector. And then we knew that is not a bad tire. So, yeah, the harder, the better, generally in life. But we can't say that on TV.
You've been a compound
just did.
up
We're
general,
live.
haven't you?
Yeah, always a compound up in life. And then at the race, you know, he's a Finn and he has his way of talking to his race engineer, and I think he transmitted that message. He had all the power modes that were needed to attack. Sebastian was very clever because they build up battery, they build up enough fuel for the last 3 laps, so he did quite some fuel saving where we could come near, and then he had the tools also at hand in the end. And I agree with you. Sometimes I would have said, well, just launch yourself there. But maybe it's more intelligent to not do it.
How do you know Ferrari fuel save? One question. And the next question is, do you think Lewis would have got the move done?
We see it on the GPS traces, and they were communicating it to him, so we knew that fuel saving 4 or 6 means a lot, a lot of lift and coast. And they had the problem straight from the beginning of the race. And would have Lewis done the launch? I don't know. I don't want to be unfair to Valtteri because it is a long championship, and if you DNF in the last lap, you're also an idiot. So you need to balance between being a hero and not a hero. It's not easy. Okay. But you, Thomas, would you have gone for the move?
Well, I would have hoped to have at least tried to. For him, I was hoping to get, if I was in the car, to get in a better position earlier, because to try and do the job only with one attempt is hard. But if he had a few goes at creating some pressure, I think we're all racers here, we know that's a bit easier, and I thought that was going to happen, but you've just explained obviously why Sebastian sort of put the chess pieces in a bit earlier to make that last 3 laps more difficult.
Just throwing it forward quickly, if I may, 1 week to China, different track, different country. What are your sort of predictions showing there in terms of this battle between Ferrari and Mercedes? Is that going to be more favouring you? It's going to be more favouring them, or you simply don't know at this stage of the 2018 season?
It's, as you say, completely different climate conditions also. And China used to be a very front-limited track, so you would have a car that was difficult to control in the front, and it's changed last year. And with these new cars and new tires, it's pretty much a question mark. I think we expected to be a little bit better here, and we weren't, only on race day, and let's see what happens in China.
Okay. Thanks very much, Toto.
See you later.
Yeah, we're going to take a close look at that Hamilton overtake. I mean, one of the most splendid overtakes we've seen in a long time. Possibly an overtake we deserved after Melbourne. You know, Hamilton was in it around 3 cars. I mean, we will look at that later. I was going to wax lyrical about it, then I should stop. What we'd like to see right now is a man who arguably should have been up there on the podium, and that's Kimi Räikkönen. Let's get a word from him.
Kimi, a very frustrating end to your Grand Prix. Just talk us through the pit stop from your point of view. Well, it was very normal pit stop in a way. Obviously, I don't see what happens in the back. My job is to go when the light changes green, and obviously it changed, and there was some issue, and a very unfortunate thing that one of the guys got hurt. But I guess it was something with the rear tire. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't seen the thing.
Can you update us on the condition of the mechanic?
I don't know. Obviously, I was not there. I'm sure there's people that take the best care that they can for him, and it's an unfortunate thing. Like I said, I don't know really exactly.
Give me just a quick word on the performance of the car this weekend.
I think it was pretty good, but obviously end result was far from great on my side. But there was for sure some good things, but rather have a bit better ending for it.
Thank you.
Surprised he doesn't know how the mechanic is, but listen, Vettel 1, Bottas 2, Hamilton 3. Pierre Gasly, P4. Oh, right on cue.
Look who's here, right on cue. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
You've just achieved something absolutely extraordinary. I'm going to shut up. Please just tell us what this means to you.
It's just amazing. I'm still struggling to realize what's happened today, because we never expected to finish P4 on our second race weekend with Toro Rosso Honda. So I'm just super happy for the team, for Toro Rosso, for Honda. They had a really tough last couple of years, and today the car was fantastic. So it's just unbelievable.
I mean, going into the race, what did your team think the prediction was? What did you think that was possible?
I mean, we started P5. For me already, yesterday was an amazing day with my best qualifying in Formula 1. So to line up on the grid next to Bottas, next to Daniel was a fantastic feeling. But we knew that, the car was fast, but we didn't expect to finish in the top 5. We thought that we would be fighting with the McLaren, with the Renault, but finally the car was just so fast today, and I could push flat out, just managed to keep the position with Magnussen behind, and I don't really know what to say. It's just an amazing feeling, only on the second race weekend of the season. So, just unbelievable.
And on top of that, the start was pretty good. You overtook the Red Bull.
Yeah, I managed to brake pretty late down in turn 1 and then to go on the outside of Daniel. So, it was good. I had a bit of space in front of me and I went on the outside. I think I locked up the front, so braked quite late. But in the end, it worked out pretty well. But Daniel overtook me back in turn 4. But for me, it was a massive experience today, because to fight against these guys, it's only, and I'm starting in Formula 1. I still need to take a lot of experience, and today was just really useful for myself.
Oh, well done, mate. DC. Mark and DC.
Well done. You got driver of the day as well. Congratulations.
Really?
Yeah, you did.
We're very happy for you, mate. We know what it's like when you have that big first result, so you'll sleep well tonight, or maybe not. Maybe
we're in Bahrain, so it's going to be tough to find something. But
the emotion, mate, sensational.
No, unbelievable. It was an amazing day, and we never expected to finish P4. It's just fantastic for the team, for Honda. I think it's the best result Honda got since they came back in 2014. So, just super happy for everyone in the team.
You made those men feel that way.
And, wow. Free sushi, mate, this year now? Free sushi everywhere you go?
Yeah, probably. I think it's going to be easier to negotiate that. But I think, I'm struggling to realize, honestly. It's been a fantastic weekend. Qualifying was my best qualifying in Formula 1, and today was my best race. So massive experience for myself, and now I just want to enjoy it with the team.
Good. Well
Unfortunately for you, the next race is next weekend, so you've got three and a half days to really enjoy it, and you've got to savor that moment.
Yeah, exactly. I think now is the right time to celebrate with the team, and then just not think too much. Just enjoy with all of them, and we'll think about Shanghai a bit later.
Yeah, go and enjoy yourself. You thoroughly deserve it. Go party, my friend. Off you go. I'll grab that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers. Well done, man. Just fantastic and wonderful to see. We were hoping that he would achieve greatness, and my goodness, he surpassed it. I mean, he would have done well with 5th, but 4th. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah, and you can just see, I love seeing that raw emotion for a fresh new driver on the grid, and it just happens so fast. When you're coming in and you're in Formula 1 and quali's gone well and the race is smooth and the pit board's got a different number on it, instead of P18 it's got P13 P10, and then it's got P5, and I've got, you know, the next guy is Lewis or whatever. It's just, and it is surreal. That's why he's buzzing, because he can't believe he's dreaming cruising around here at the moment.
And we need to eat our words a little bit. That Honda engine delivered in the race.
Very good point. Very good point. McLaren did pretty well, but that Honda engine, P4.
Yeah, it just goes to show it's not as simple as just bolting an engine in the back of a car. It's all of the packaging that goes with it. And of course, we're in a different year, but I think that's a big day for him. Pressure is off his shoulders massively, and the little spotlight now goes on his teammate. It's just the ebb and flow. We all know what that's like. You know, his teammate could go out and deliver the same result next week in Shanghai, and then suddenly it'll be even Stevens. You know, they're in such a situation at Toro Rosso that which one of them is going to win through and potentially make the move up to the top team.
Imagine Eddie Jordan here, mate, with McLaren.
Bloodbath.
Oh, yeah.
He's with us in Azerbaijan in, 3 weeks' time, so he's incoming, people. I'd like to take a look at that start, if you guys wouldn't mind taking us through it. There was so much going on.
Yeah, well, from my point of view, I called it from the comm box. You can see Bottas just hooked it up from the clean side of the grid that bit earlier. And, you know, as we all know, that first phase of first gear to second gear is the key element for giving you the run down to turn one. I was just super impressed that no one ran into each other at the first corner, because it's really a tight switchback.
It is, mate, you're right. Both right-hand side, both in Kimi and Daniel, did make poor starts. The Haas actually looked row 3 back there. He made the best start on the right-hand side and nowhere to go. But Seb, done, checkmate. Bolter on the outside, nice clean braking on the right side of the track, and then Kimi's got nowhere to go. And here in Gasly, a nice little move around the outside there of Daniel. I think there was a bit of an arrangement for the next corner, but that's another subject. But between those two, but yeah, it was done off the line, and it was nice. They all got through the first sector relatively smooth, and that sort of teed up the race. Well, the first part anyway, for Valtteri to split the two Ferraris, which was already the first interesting part of the Grand Prix.
Now, I want to take a look at a moment that anybody that actually no, let's go with the Hamilton start first, and we'll go to the juicy stuff. Take a look at Hamilton start.
Yeah, actually made a really good move to start off the line, got the two cars, but then he got a little bit boxed in here. You hear him go off the power and then start braking, and then the Ocon and I think that was Hulkenberg repassed him around the outside. But you could see that he was not going too aggressive at the start here. He didn't want any damage on that car. He knew he wasn't going to win at the start, and he was just trying to play safe and stay out of trouble, and ultimately not a start where he gained that much.
But you know, that's by the by. Essentially, I want to look at a moment that anybody who sat for the Melbourne Grand Prix thoroughly deserved, and it's the Hamilton overtake, and here it is.
Well, massive two cars into turn one, and that's where Lewis is just sublime. He was in a happy point in the Grand Prix there, because he's making his way through, getting those big passes done. It was later in the Grand Prix when he was running alone, that's when the frustration set in. The communication issues, bizarrely we could actually hear him, but look at that, a massive slipstream. That Force India with its DRS open, and Hamilton pushed right to the white line, right to the limit, on the dust and the dirt. And as we all know, braking from 200 miles an hour on the inside line is not for the faint-hearted. And you know, how he didn't lock it up is just testament to his skill.
And he had to clear them early, because he actually ended up getting overtaken by Alonso at the beginning. So at one point I was thinking, okay, when's he going to start going? But he cleared 3 cars in one corner, so that helped.
Breathtaking. I would like to take a quick break right now. On the other side, we're going to discuss Red Bull. Don't go anywhere.